Okay, in this section, here is how to write your research proposal. Research proposal. It is very important to write your research proposal. You know, so these are the headings of the research proposal. The title, the topic, methodology, the problem of the study, the title, and we had in the previous class how to write a good research title. Then introduction, statement of the problem, research questions, hypothesis, objectives of the research study, significance of the study, methodology of the study, limitation, and the limitation in these are optional. You can do them or not. So these are the headings. So you have to follow those heading up to this order. That means the title, this is in a separate page, or this is number one. We do not, and you don't number them. You don't need to number them, but they should come in this order. Introduction phase, statement of the problem, research questions, hypotheses, objectives, and so on. So we are going to know what are you going to write in each section. Chosen your research title, you identify the area of interest, you can read a lot about it so that you can collect data about that. Okay, so the statement of the research problem, in this section you are going to write about the problem of your study, the issue to be investigated. Two things are very crucial in the research problem: identification of the problem, decide the area of interest, narrowing the topic, formulation of the problem has to be clear, expressive, and certain. In this section, you are going to write about you state the problem of your study. This is directly. You state the problem of your study, you write about it. This is a problem of study, you write about it. It's because of this. Everything about the problem in concisely introduce it. You state the problem. It's like 1 to 2 paragraphs. Is the research question. You are going to look at the question of the research. Mostly the research comes from this, from the title of the research or study. It has to be clear, focused, and concise. Clear, focused, and concise. And the question should be open-ended question using WH question. Using WH questions. They should be not complex, arguable. It's not answerable with a simple yes no question. Don't use this no question. Arguable, they have to be argued. People can argue them. So you have to make the question of your style, of your. Don't say to what extent can you, to what extent do. If you won't use yes no question, don't use them like do people مثلا كذا, to what extent do people so and so as. Sample research question. These are some sample of the research question. Have a look at them. What factors play a crucial role in making marketing campaign successful? How are kids aged 15 and younger affected by advertising? So have WH question. Look at 6 and 7. To what extent do people, don't say do people, to what extent do people who watch violent content on TV exhibit violence at home? To what extent, and it's not a question, there has to be full stop here. Hypothesis is a statement about the relationship between two or more variables. Actually, most of the study they begin with you start to assume. So a very successful study is when you assume, you hypothesize something. You have to know how to form the hypothesis of your study. You suppose this and that, you assume this and that, and then you go do a research to prove or disprove this hypothesis. How far do students observe the rules of numbers? This is hypothesis. Number, person, and gender, agreement in using phrasal verbs, for example. Students do not observe the rules of numbers. This is what you assume. This is what you hypothesize. The students do not observe the rules of numbers, person, and gender agreement in using phrasal verbs. So you can change the question of the study into hypothesis. Into hypothesis. You know, if you have three questions, that means you should have like three hypotheses and at the same time three objectives. Elements of a good what makes a good hypothesis? Is your hypothesis based on your research or topic? It has to be based on your research or topic. Can your hypothesis be tested? You can test them. Does your hypothesis include independent and dependent variables? Independent and dependent variables, as we explained them earlier. Right now, if you want to write about the using of mother tongue inside the classroom and how the students understand their classes if they are delivered in their mother tongue. So your hypothesis is that you hypothesize that you assume that using mother tongue inside the classroom improve the students' English language proficiency. Your question is, how does the use of mother tongue inside the classroom English classes affect the English language proficiency of the students? You see, it's like this. It goes like this. And these are a very clear example of the hypothesis. The hypothesis often follows a basic format of if this happens, then this will happen. So, what will happen to the independent variable if you make changes to the independent variables? So, the basic format might be if this change is made to a certain dependent variable, then we will observe a change in a specific dependent variable. Using mother tongue, or improvement in the English language proficiency. What affects what? The using of mother tongue affects the English language proficiency of the students. So this change affects here. The use of mother tongue affects the English language proficiency of the student. These are the two variables. So your hypothesis is the use of mother tongue affects the English language proficiency. This is how it goes. These are some examples of students who eat breakfast will perform better on a math exam than students who do not eat breakfast. This is the hypothesis. This is what you hypothesize. The students who experience test anxiety before to an English exam will get higher scores than students who do not experience test anxiety. You have these two variables. Motorists who talk on the phone while driving will be more likely to make errors on driving course than those who do not talk on the phone. Two variables, you see, this affects this. So this is how you form the hypothesis. Objective of the study. It has to be to identify, to discover, to list, to develop, to describe. To identify the effect of using mother tongue inside the classroom. To discover how much the use of mother tongue affects the student's language proficiency. To list the factors that affect the English language proficiency when using mother tongue inside the classroom. To develop a methodology to use mother tongue inside the classroom. To describe the use of mother tongue inside the classroom. This is how to form the hypothesis of the objective of the. What is the study about, and which area does it cover in terms of the theoretical framework of the study? Limitation, the boundaries set by the researcher for this. The time, the place, the location, what time this study is going to be conducted, the population, the people or the population among this study is going to be conducted, and what time this study is conducted. You can make limitation and delimitation in just one heading.